Katty Konnie Loudmouth Linda, keeping it real, no agenda. Satire, truth, and a whole lot of fun. Politics, crime, we get it all done. From breaking news to a joke or two, we do it our way just for you. We just can't make this stuff up. 1 year strong and we ain't gonna stop. Mic in hand, voices loud, shouting truth, making you proud.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
How is
I
everything?
I was up talking with Royal Apple till all hours of the morning last night. And I said she's going to get on here and she's going to say, "Hello, Wolfie." She's going to say, "You, Connie looks tired." Connie is tired. All right. All right. Listen. I got some goodies for you here.
Okay.
So, Carmelo Anthony's family has swatted the Metcalf family 8 times.
Mm-hmm.
8 times, right? And the Metcalf family has let it all go, let it go. Well, guess what? They didn't let it go this time. So they have a civil suit in place against the Anthony family.
Good.
Yeah. It should be a crime. It absolutely should be a crime. Because, you're sitting there and you know who they're targeting? This is the bad part. They're targeting Hunter.
Right.
They're saying Hunter has all of this stuff and he's doing all of this bad stuff and they're targeting the twin brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's horrible. That's horrible. So now they have a civil suit, and the Metcalf family isn't playing anymore. They're just not. Hello,
Right.
KMM.
Hi, KMM.
They're just not playing anymore. When the SWAT team comes into your house, breaks your door down, and goes through all your stuff 8 times in a short period of time because of these nuisance calls.
See, I would think that after 8 times they wouldn't break down the door and they, wouldn't go through their stuff.
Well, according to what they said was you never know if the 8th time isn't the real one.
No, I understand that. And I understand them going and I understand they have to go. But what I'm saying is
Right.
I can't see them breaking down the door. Right, exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
If you'd like to come in,
gently knocks and say, "We're here. What's going on?" Oh, nothing.
Here we are again. Do you have the same stuff that you had last time I was here?
Right.
Have you added anything new? Just curious.
We're
Just
stopping by to say hey.
We're just stopping by to make sure you're not doing anything crazy over here. Okay, right. Well, we're going to leave now. Yeah, it's insane. Absolutely insane. And the Metcalf family has been so kind and so quiet. They haven't had any crazy TV interviews, or the dad hasn't gone to the media being crazy, and the mom hasn't, and neither is even the brother. Nobody on that side is acting crazy.
Right.
But on that other side, wow.
They should get a restraining order.
Right? The funny thing is I don't think that the Metcalf family really wants any trouble. They just want to get on with it.
They lost their son. Leave them alone, for God's sakes.
Amen.
And you're going to tell me that you're a Christian family?
Right? Right?
Everything that in your life involves God first? Get on.
Right. right?
That's not being godly. That's not being
No,
Christian.
it's not being godly at
It's
all.
not
And they're not
being,
even, yeah, they're not even
not
giving them
being any
time to,
religion I know.
they can't even,
Besides,
they can't even grieve.
right. Well, I knew the mama was off when I first saw her.
See,
Hello, John Mitchell.
hello, John Mitchell. You're a new one. It's good to see you. Jeff tried to reach out and they turned him down. He was not been seen yet. That Jeff, the dad, yeah, he tried. He went to their press conference and was being really quiet and they told him to get out of there. They thought it was horrible that he was there.
Right.
You
It's
know,
horrible.
he even asked if he could pray with Jeff Metcalf, or Metcalf asked if he could pray with the Anthony family, and they were not having any part of it.
Oh, no.
No part of it.
No, because their true colors would show.
It's awful.
They
It's
probably
awful.
don't even know how to pray. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a bad person. I'm not trying to be any kind of racist or anything else. I
No,
just
it's
don't
not
believe they're a
racist.
Christian family. I don't believe it.
Well, you know what I think they're doing is they're spinning all of this so that they can keep their son, who made a grave mistake, out of prison. Honestly, this is what they're trying to do. They're going to put on this facade in this circus so that hopefully they can save their son.
But you know what? And Connie, I don't believe it was a mistake. It was intentional. He left the house with a knife. That means he wanted to do bodily harm to somebody. You were going on school grounds.
Right, right, right.
I don't believe it was a mistake. I don't believe it was an accident. You stabbed him right in the heart.
Yeah,
Now, if
you
you
could have stabbed him in the arm, or you could have stabbed him in the
right,
leg, or,
right.
did we really have to go as far as even bringing a weapon?
That's what I'm saying. You knew you were going to a school function and no weapons are allowed.
No, no, no. In fact, he was already suspended from school for having a weapon, and that's why he was suspended. He wasn't even supposed to be at a school function. Period. You know,
Well, I don't know if that's AI or L.
it's
You can't
probably
afford
Al.
kids, they're not.
Al.
They're
We'll go with
citizens.
Al. That'll work. So the thing I guess that I'm trying to say here is Carmelo showed up at the track meet. He did what he did. He ran. And then what did he ask? What did he get in the police car and ask the police officer? Is he gonna be okay? Um, what? And is this self-defense? He asked the police officer, is this self-defense? No. No.
No, because
It's
either
not.
way it goes, you had a weapon on school grounds.
Right. First,
Oh, you would
first,
have had a felony either way.
right? First black mark. First red flag. What are you doing with the knife at a school track meet?
I agree, KMM. I agree.
You know what, Douglas? That's what they're saying. They're saying he threw up the gang signs and his
Very possible.
pictures. He showed all. Um, he. It's sad, guys. It's sad. This is what the saddest part is. This is what we're bringing up. This is our children we're bringing up, and gangsta's cool. Gangsta's cool. But then you know what? When you get so hot into it, and you're over your neck in gangsta stuff, and you make a mistake like he did, that was a grave mistake. Any weapon on school grounds is illegal. You're absolutely right. You don't take a weapon on school grounds. And he said, and the funny thing was, his dad said, well, I gave him a cleat sharpener. I used to run track. I never ever heard of a cleat sharpener.
I never did either, and my older son ran track. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm sure they have them, but from my understanding, I don't think they wear metal cleats anymore. I don't even know if you can buy them unless you find them in a retro shop or something.
right? I don't think there is such thing as a cleat sharpener.
Well, there is. I
Is
looked it
there?
up.
I've never
There
seen one. I've
is,
never heard
but
of one.
I really don't. I mean, I can't speak for professionals because they, professional soccer, whatever, runners,
Right?
they may still wear the metal cleats, but I know anything college and under, they don't.
No, you know what, John? I'm here in Texas. I live here in Texas, and both of my kids went to school in the high school here in Texas. And if you had any kind of weapon at all, there was a kid that got suspended for having a slingshot at the high school because you're just not allowed to have weapons. Period. Anything that can hurt somebody. If you want to go to Fifth City, that's all right, but you can't be carrying anything that can do any bodily harm. Yeah, it's against school policy.
Right.
If you're going to
Right.
hurt somebody and you have something that's going to hurt somebody, yeah, it's no bueno por nada here at all. At all. They can be arrested. You're absolutely right. And what was he doing in there? Okay. What was he doing in another school's? First of all, he was suspended from his school. So, as far as I know, when my kids went to school, when you were suspended from school, you were not allowed to be at any school functions.
Nope.
Period.
Nope.
Period. And then, so he's at a school function, but he's not even under his school's tent. He's under another school's tent.
Right.
What was he doing under there? Why did he even push the issue? And why didn't he just walk away? If he didn't want to cause any problems, why didn't he just walk away?
I think Douglas is onto something
What's that?
when he said to become, a righteous hood, and I'm going to add the
Hood
word
rat.
rat.
He wanted to be a hood rat. But
Yeah.
here's another thing, guys. This kid came from a prominent family. His dad made good money. He was not a hood rat. He came from a very wealthy family. And I'm not saying hood rat as any kind of racist anything, because there's hood rats of every color. But it was cool to throw up the sign and be all of that, right? Because that's what's cool.
Well, it seems like that's the era nowadays is everybody wants to be gangster. Gangster. Do you even know what a gangster is?
Why? Let's talk to Star. Let's go talk to Scarface. But then we'll talk gangsta, right?
Let's talk John Gotti.
Yeah, let's talk to him and see what he thinks about all of that gangsta stuff.
Yeah.
Why can't we just all get along? But no, instead, you're gonna and then they have exploited these twin brothers, Austin and Hunter, and they said they were so big. They were great big. Were they? Were they really that big? I mean, are they that big? Now, Carmelo's not that big, but were they that big? I believe that too, John. You know what? That's exactly what I believe too. I think he went in with an attitude. He was going to do what he wanted to. He didn't want to be bossed around. He didn't want to be told what to do. And, he just decided, you're not going to tell me what to do. Just try it and find out what happens.
Right, Wolfie?
Touch me and find out what happens. And guess what? It happened. And it cost a kid his life.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's just not cool. It's just not
No.
cool.
And the thing too is that, you know, my younger son has decided, well, he's always played it on and off, but he's decided to start playing Call of Duty more.
Yeah.
And the way that game works is that when you die, you respawn from where you started
Oh
over
yeah.
and over and over.
Right.
So
Right.
these kids don't know death is death and you don't get to respawn.
Oh yeah, you don't come back.
No,
No, no,
no.
you don't. You don't get to
And
come back.
it's somewhere along the lines that you're right, Wolfie. Somewhere along the lines, parents have lost giving their kids consequences because they want to
Right.
be their friend.
Well, that's because they want to put them in timeout. You're going to go into timeout. I'm going to put you in your room where you have your computer, your TV, you're packing your cell phone. The only thing you don't have in there, and I think there are some that may even have a refrigerator in there, but other than that, they've got everything in their room. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want to be in timeout?
Well,
I would time myself out. I
wait a
mean,
minute.
that's like a playground.
Wait a minute, Connie. My grandsons don't. They don't have
What do you
anything in their
time out?
bedroom. They
Oh
don't have
well,
any,
but most kids right now do.
most of them do, yes, but they don't have a TV. They don't have a gaming system. They don't have anything. And they get electronics taken away. But let me tell you, they don't get that much time of electronics. So taking that away is a big deal for them. But not only that, but if they do something really bad, they have to do push ups 50 of them,
Wow, wow.
50 push ups, 50 jumping jacks, 50 something. They have to do it right on the spot.
But you
And they
know
don't
what?
care. My son doesn't care where he's at. He can be in the middle of the zoo and we will tell them to do 50 push ups for doing something
Drop
wrong.
down and give me 20 push-ups.
He does not care, and neither does his wife. And let me tell you something. I
It
have
is a
heard
mistake.
I have heard his older son, which is a teenager, talk back to him one time.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, here's the thing.
and that's
Yeah,
because he's way older.
we are looking at this as in common sense, and it is a common mistake. But here's the thing: when does it stop? Someone's got to get a handle on this. There's black on black crime that is horrific right now. Everybody wants to hurt. There's so much anger in this world. You know, when I first got my driver's license, if I made a mistake driving, I didn't get flipped off, honked at, and shown a fist sign and all kinds of stuff. And I've even had somebody follow me 3 blocks to get me to pull me over to tell me off. I mean, it's everywhere. Everybody is so angry. It's like, get over it. Get
I,
over it.
yeah, I agree with you, Douglas. I agree with both of the things you said. Um, I live in an area that's getting to be dark. It's I live with my younger son, and he's doing a little manicure here and there, putting a little bit of lipstick on the pig to say, and he wants to get out of here before his kids get to school age. Um, our street in particular it's a really good street. It's a dead end. So, we don't have traffic cutting through or any of that. For some reason, we have a really good street. But like I told everybody yesterday, I literally live right around the corner where the manager of the McDonald's got stabbed to death last week.
That was horrific.
So it is what it is, but it's a horrible thing, and it's like they don't say excuse me. They don't say thank you. They don't say please.
They don't open the door for anybody. They let it slam in your
They
face.
let it slam in your face. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. But you know what? I've had a lot of white men do that. There are men walking in front of me and walk out the door and let the door slam in my face. That irritates me. I'm old school. You
You
know, I was
know,
born in the 60s. I'm old school.
we are at a point in our society right now that it's so easy to scream race. I am not racist at all. I love everybody of every color. I am not racist at all. I don't have a drop of racist blood in me. But why are we making this situation racist? Why is it becoming, why did that right out of the get-go, right out of the chute, was the very first thing he said was, we're doing this to him because he unalived a white kid. Why are we even adding shade color to any of that? It
Because
was
that's what the media does.
I know, and it's just got to stop. This stuff has got to stop because it's
I mean,
causing a division.
I'm waiting to hear a Muslim person,
It's
a Hispanic person, a Latino person, and they are starting that with the Latinos. Well,
well,
granted,
we got to
it's
stop that
the
division. We got to stop that division. It's got to
yes,
stop. It's got
good
to
morning,
stop.
Teddy. Yes. Any kind of division has to stop, and they have us divided on everything:
No,
male and female,
no,
black and white, and well, black and brown and white, because now the black are trying to influence the Hispanics, saying that we don't like you because you're brown. Well, that's crazy.
That's so stupid.
That is stupid.
It is stupid.
I worked in Virginia, and I did work in DC a couple of times, and most of my staff was from El Salvador. Now, I didn't hire them. They were there when I got there, but I would have hired these people over and over and over again. I mean,
They're
they
hard workers.
they said they told me I was a banquets manager, and they
Right.
said, "Linda, go sit down. We got this. We got this." And they would
Yeah,
set everything up.
they're hard workers.
They would
Definitely.
set
They're
everything
hard.
up, and they kept telling me, "You need to get White House clearance. Come work with us." And I'm like, "No, I'm
No.
not having the feds investigate me." Not that I've ever done anything wrong to the degree of police or feds or anything like that. I mean, I've done wrong things, but
Right.
nothing that I would have gotten arrested for or anything like that. But I just didn't want the hassle. I thought it would be cool, but I just didn't want the hassle of it. And they said you should see these parties at these state dinners and stuff. And I'm sure it was absolutely gorgeous, and I would have loved to have seen the inside of the White House. I would have loved to see the inside of that, but it was too much pressure for me. It really was.
Right. Right.
Walking through security. I know I don't have anything on me, but I'm still a basket case to walk through security.
Oh, I know, because
I mean, I have
the funny thing is when you go at an airport and they put you through security, do you ever notice, pay attention to who they're over there frisking on the side? It's a bunch of elderly people. It's like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? That little old lady does not have anything in her boot. I mean, that would be the last one I would be looking at. But they do. They always
that
have the elderly pulled over there.
that or people with small children.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's
I
absolutely ridiculous.
I remember this was back. My younger son was probably about 2 or 3. I mean, my older son was probably about 2 or 3, and that was when you could still walk with the passengers to the gate.
Hmm.
And I was dropping my parents off at the airport, and I had my son in his stroller, and he had a little toy. I don't even know what character it was from way back then, but it used to transform into a gun. Do you know they took it from him?
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat. One time I was probably about 16 years old, so that was a long, long time ago. And my mother was going through the airport, and they were doing the wanding, and I don't know what happened, but they said, I think she had some jewelry on the beep or whatever, and they said, you're going to have to step aside. And I said, Mom, to make sure you take that gun out of your boot now, because I was being facetious. And do you know, the lady said, do you know we can arrest you right now and put you in jail for even making a comment like that? And I was like, whoa, lady, stop. It was a joke, but no, they take their job really seriously.
They do.
They have to. I guess they have to.
Because when I was going to Hawaii with my ex, he said something about something blowing up, and I'm like, shut up.
I know, don't talk explosive.
Don't talk about anything blowing up. Don't talk about nothing.
Don't talk about any kind of weapons. Don't talk about anything,
Exactly.
They don't even give you a plastic knife now on a plane. You get a spoon. Okay.
They don't give you any food, though, so
I know, they don't give
you cookies or biscuits, biscottis.
Well, but in first class, they used to give you a meal, and they give you a spoon to eat it with now. It's all crazy where we've gotten. It's really crazy where we've gotten. We've got this division that they're trying, not even a spork. No, you can't have a spork because it has 3 little sharp things. Like, you can do something with you know what I'm going to tell you right now, if you're really crazy enough to think about it. You could just break the thing off and, if you wanted really to hurt somebody with a plastic something, you could figure it out.
You can.
It could be a spoon.
Let me tell you, those plastic knives, they are sharp.
Well, you don't get one anymore. You only get a spoon, but you could break the spoon off, and then you got something sharp. I mean, it's just crazy. This is how silly it is. We're going to sit here and we're going to take everything away from, instead of, it's like, the knife didn't do the crime. The person with the knife did the crime.
Right.
I don't care what color they are. You do the crime. You do the time. Period.
I just
put no shade on it.
I just read recently that with all the new technology that's coming out, we can keep our shoes on now, you guys. You don't have to take your shoes off at the airport anymore.
You don't? Well, that's nice.
No, it's it's slowly coming to each airport, and they're testing it out in so many.
Well, that's nice. I got tired of taking off my shoes and taking my purse off and stripping down to everything. Really? You just go around slippers.
If I was going to a warm climate, I would wear flip-flops, or I would wear sandals.
That's what we all do. Slip them on, slip them off. Something quick. Everybody's doing it now when you go to the airport. It's like, whatever you're wearing, make sure it's something you can get off and get back on in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
There's another thing I wanted to bring up real quick, and then we can talk about whatever you want to. The Soto case, the Madeline Soto case. I really got hard on Jennifer, the mother, because, and I still think that she should be held accountable for this 13-year-old that it started when she was 9. And I think she should have been the protector. And it's not normal to sleep with your mom and her boyfriend in the same bed. I'm sorry. It's not normal. That's not normal. But we went through all of that, and we talked about that a few days ago.
Yep.
Well, I wanted to know why. What is the deal? Why is Jennifer not getting brought up on some kind of charges, right? Well, because she's got immunity.
How did she get immunity?
Because she testified to the police and she got immunity. So in other words, and it's a certain kind of immunity. It's not a blanket immunity. She has, it's called like retro. It's like, let me see here. Let me get the exact word.
Maybe the mom's not right upstairs.
Well, okay. So the police, it's derivative used immunity for her interview shortly after Madeline's disappearance. This means her statements and testimony cannot be used directly against her in court, but Prosecutors can still use independently obtained evidence if they believe her statements are false or misleading. The immunity was specifically tied to that one interview, ensuring she could provide information freely, even if incriminating, without her fear of self-incrimination. So there you have it.
Oh, speaking of court things, has anybody heard or read about the alternative juror that did an interview
Yeah, that said we all the time.
and they found out was lying about some things?
Oh, did he? I was too busy listening to the we part of it every time he turned around, and they weren't supposed to be discussing the case, and they were. hmm And he wasn't in there during deliberation. So when you say we, that's collectively. We is collective. It's not I, it's we. Yeah. Well, what did he do? He lied? He lied too? What did he lie about?
They're not saying. They're just saying that they caught him lying. So, it's one of those hold on to your hats. We're going to dig into this type thing. So, I'm going to kind of try to stay on top of that.
Yes, it is. Power Lord, it is a record for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It feels so good to have over 20 people in here. Although I love my all my people that come in all the time.
Right.
But yeah, it was a record.
Yeah, please subscribe and like.
Yeah,
We welcome everybody.
right,
Everybody's welcome.
right. You
So
know
come
what?
on
We
in.
may not be on the same side of the coin that you are, but we're happy to discuss it. How about that? You know what? It's open. We'll discuss it.
Right.
Um,
And
so,
these are our opinions.
yep, it's our opinions. You have improper. I know, like, see, this is the thing. We don't listen to his kind of music. We who? You and the little hamster in your pocket, or what? You, as a collective group, talked about this, and you weren't supposed to do it. Plain and simple. That was a no-no. And if they caught him in a lie, is it going to be a mistrial?
That's what I was thinking. But now that the sentencing is coming up, can they claim a mistrial?
The judge can absolutely, at this point, cause a mistrial and say, you know what? They were deliberating and talking about this case, and everything was going on. And yes, we're going to start this whole ball of wax all over again. And that'll
I don't think he wants to. I don't
You
think
don't want
he wants to.
Oh well, that would give the prosecution another year to put more stuff together.
I think they're coming up with more stuff.
I think they are too.
All on their own.
I think they are too. So you've got that going on. You got and Diddy, they just had him in the hospital recently because he fainted on the ground in his cell.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, he was there for, that's the first thing they do. Oh my God, I'm going to faint. And then they do. He wanted to get out. So he really wanted to get out of his cell. The real truth is he wanted to get out. He wanted him to place bond. It didn't happen. So there you go. There you have it.
Well, they probably had the fireworks all ready to go for Diddy's being home at 4th of July.
You know what, TS, you can't say that. Everyone, they can't help what color they were born. That's not right. God says, red or yellow, black or white, they are precious in his sight. That's right. Everyone is on the same level playing field.
You know what, TS? My grandmother used to be like that. She could not stand them. And I was raised that way. But I'll tell you what, when I was 18, got married and had a baby, and lived in the ghetto in Detroit, I would have trusted nobody else but the family that watched my son, and they were black.
See, there you go. I mean,
I
there's
would have
good
not
and
trusted
bad.
anybody else in that neighborhood.
There is good and bad in every race.
There
I
is.
mean, every race. You
There
know,
is.
there
There
is not
really
a
is. There really
superior
is.
race. There's not a
It's
superior.
just, I think it's just they're so predominant and so boisterous about it, and let me tell you, they talk a lot of shit, is what they do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just murder that MFer.
Now, no, that's not
Look,
cool.
the
That's
first
not
time
cool.
you hear a gunshot, you're going to be the first one running.
I would be running if I heard anything go on. I mean, I'm just, yeah, no.
Right.
It's not a color thing. You're right, Whoopi, right there. It's not a color thing. It's a crime thing.
Right. And let me tell you, I was raised Catholic in the suburbs. So, yeah. So for this little white girl at 18 to go move to the ghetto, my parents were heartbroken because I was with a ghetto rat.
Well, I want you to know I worked in a doctor's office, and other than the doctor, I was the only Anglo there. All of my friends are Hispanic. I mean, it's just not a thing. I don't worry about it. I don't look at it that way. It's just the way it is. And whatever the different states you live in, you will be surrounded by different races. And it's not about race. It's not about race. I have met some of the best people of all different races.
Right. Right.
You know?
And you know what? It's the ones that are so bold and brazen, you know. But when you come from, I don't want to say I was privileged because I wasn't privileged,
No, they were not privileged. White people aren't privileged.
but
Too.
it's
They never were.
a huge eye opener to come from where I came from, the suburbs, to
Mhm.
come from where I came from, and to date somebody in Detroit and then marry them and have a kid at 18.
Mhm.
It's a huge eye opener. It's a cultural shock.
So, Linda, you were trailer park people.
Yeah, but we didn't live in a trailer park. That was later. No, I used to be afraid because this is late 70s, early 80s. And I used to lay in bed in Detroit and we would sit there and count the gunshots.
That's crazy.
We
That's
would
crazy.
count the gunshots in the alley, and we'd try to figure out how far away they were. And yeah, yeah, that's, I
Okay. All
that's
right.
where
You
I learned
know
to live
what?
with
I'm
her.
with this, Alex. I am 100% with this. I don't care what color you are. You came here illegal. You don't have any papers to be here. You came across the border and you're illegal. You got to go. I'm sorry. You got to go. You got to go through the right channels and you got to come here legally. And yes, I am definitely all about that. Because you know what?
Right.
If that's the case, just open the door, let them all in, right? Just let them all in, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Alex, you're right. You're absolutely right. There are people struggling that probably have never struggled in their life, but one bad month, one week of being sick, one car accident, one house fire, not
Mhm.
having insurance, that puts you right in the poorhouse. There is no black or white to it. That puts you right in the poorhouse.
Right, right. You know what? You know what? Poverty doesn't have a color on it. Let's get that straight. Poverty does not have a color on it. It's not racist by any means.
Hmm.
My family lives in Colorado, in Aurora area. Well, they don't live in the Aurora area, but they live in a suburb of Denver. And one of them lives on the other side of Colorado, on the other side of Aurora, and that was happening. They were really these Trandelagra gangs were coming in and they were taking over apartment buildings.
I'll be right back.
They were taking over apartment buildings and having the people give their rent to them, and the owner was standing back and they were threatening his life. They were going to kill him. They were going to do something if you did not give your rent to them. That's not cool. That's not cool. I'm sorry. You need to go. You're illegal. You need to go. That's just, in my opinion, that's just where it stands. Being out there, that was really funny the other day in Colorado where they had on the Crystal Farm. Did you guys see that where it was on the Crystal Farm and ICE went in there and picked up a bunch of illegals and the congressman got on the camera and said, listen, T said that he was not going to bother with any of the people that were working on the farms. Now he is taking away the food off of our table. Well, the Crystal Farm is a marijuana farm. So what are we doing here? We're just gathering up all the marijuana and throwing it in the middle of the table and eating. That's where you're taking the food off of our table. I don't know. I mean, I started laughing. I thought pot was a recreational thing. Well, hi,
Say
little
hi, Mama Connie.
Hi.
You're gonna wave hi? Say
Hi.
hi to everybody.
She's like, no, I don't want to.
Oh, say
I
hi.
don't want to.
You guys haven't seen her in a while.
Yep.
She
Yeah,
went to the doctors and
she looks like little Cindy Who from Whoville.
Thank you, Wolfie.
So I don't know where the pears and the peaches and the oranges and the apples and the everything was involved in the Crystal Farm other than the marijuana that was, I think, is considered recreational. But they were really up in arms about it, that they were going to pick them up and they were going to deport them. And they were having a fit. Yeah, they were. They were having a fit about it. Don't mess with the farmers and their hand. Well, okay.
Thank you, Sputsy.
Yeah. Okay, let's figure all that out. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't get it either.
But it was funny. I thought it was funny. I think the way you can twist people's words around and make it fit the circumstances is pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. The Soto case is going to be extremely, extremely interesting. I can't wait for that to start. We have just about 10 days, 11 days till that starts up. It's going to be good. It's going to be good to watch somebody weasel and dance their way out of that one. I can't wait to hear Jen get up on the stand and tell me why she didn't take care of her daughter.
You're going to go back up with Daddy? Let me make sure she gets upstairs okay.
That's fine. Okay. I want her to give me a good excuse on why. Why? He probably will. No, I don't know. That would be cutting a deal as far as first degree.
Do you want me to hold this for you?
And there's a lot of other stuff on that case that he's being charged with. I don't know if he he might. I hope not. I want to see a case. I want to see Jen get up on the stand. Did you hear about the human skin teddy bears in California outside of... No! Human skin teddy bears in California outside a gas station. No, I didn't, Donna. That's horrific. When did they just talk about that today? And what did they find on it? I'll have to look that up. You have to send me the information on that. That's disgusting. Yeah, I mean, do we have a cereal person in California that's making teddy bears or what? Yeah, send that to me, Donna. Please, please send that to me so that I can. That's two of them. Travis said he saw. Oh my God. No, I didn't hear anything about it. That's disgusting. People are disgusting. When I think of that, I think of, remember in Silence of the Lambs when the guy was like, "You must put the lotion on the skin." Remember, because he was making that bodysuit. Yeah, I'd love to cover that. I would love to cover that. Did you hear that? Look at this. Read this one, Linda.
Oh,
So do
ew.
so do they have anybody affiliated with it? Have they caught anybody? I now you got me really curious. They're medium size. They're not even. You know what? You need to send me the info on that. And I'll see what I can find on it because that's disgusting.
That is.
We need to get that out here and talk about it a little bit because you know what? What? There's a deranged person somewhere
What you guys, if Diddy can do what he did
and get away with
for
it.
years, imagine what's going on out there.
Yeah,
Imagine.
that we just haven't seen yet.
Right. Right. I'm sure there's stuff that out there that'll make our heads spin and turn our stomachs.
You know what? I'm already been traumatized. Truly traumatized. I want you to know. Now, Donna, you're going to have me up all night long looking about this. I know Silence of the Lambs. You know what? That was actually one of my favorite movies. But he was making himself a suit. It was the man was off. Okay,
There was
but
another movie one time about a guy that did the skin. He was making a skin suit for something. It was a long time ago. It
yeah, it
was
was Silence of the Lambs. It was when he went, "Put the oil on the skin," and he was talking to that little girl that was down there that he had in the hole, and then they went into
yeah,
him.
yeah. No, this is something else.
There was
This was a
another
different
one.
movie. Yeah, this was a different movie. Yeah, I like Silence of the Lamb. I mean, it is one of my favorite movies, but how do you go from the 10 Commandments to Silence of the Lamb being
I
favorite
don't
movies?
know. I don't know. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy.
But that's the 10 Commandments is one of my ultimate favorite movies.
Mine too. That's a good one. That is a good one. What's a feel good movie?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'll do a dive into that and see what's going on with that. That is pretty sick.
Now, Wolfie's saying it was a lake tex prank.
I don't know. I'll have to look here. I hate Silence of the Lambs. Yeah, it was a little disturbing when it came out. It was definitely a disturbing movie. And Anthony Hopkins has never been able to be okay. Anthony Hopkins has never been able to play a good guy after that. He's never been able to play a good guy. He's always been a weirdo after that. He's always had to play weird parts because he was Hannibal. You
Well,
get that?
didn't he already play weird parts?
I don't know,
This
but he
is
became
fine.
Hannibal, and that was all it took. He was marked as the Hannibal Lecter guy at that point. So yeah.
There was
So
another one that always played dark roles too, and I
he
can
was
picture
Zorro.
his face.
He was Zorro. Wow, I didn't know
That
Anthony.
must have been like back in the day, Zorro.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Wow,
I didn't either.
wow,
Unreal.
Hmm.
Huh.
Wow. That's funny. Well, I will check. I will See what I can find and see what else I can find that is, I mean, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going out there. We've got stuff coming up, guys. The 27th, we have the sentencing of Kohlberger.
He's being sentenced already, and Diddy's not.
Well, because Kohlberger got up and said, you know what, I'm guilty of everything. Yes, I'm guilty. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, so what? I did it. That was his attitude. He didn't have any kind of remorse. Did you do this? Yeah, I did it.
Well, probably because they know he's never getting out of jail, so they don't have to do any of that parole crap or the parole sentence
Yeah.
hearing and
We're just doing
interview.
the sentencing. And you know the thing is when he goes into prison, you know what? People are going to be afraid to go to sleep at night with him
Hi, Royal.
because he's not all together. He that Kohlberger,
Oh,
he's just weird.
I wouldn't want him in my cell.
Well, you'd be afraid to go to sleep,
Right.
because he did his thing while they were sleeping.
Bye, Wolfie.
Wolfie, we'll see you tomorrow. I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, no, that's it's all, everything's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. There's gonna be some good stuff coming up, and we're gonna be here to watch it. And then they're gonna come out on October 2nd and say it's a mistrial. It's a mistrial, and we're gonna have to run this whole thing all over again on Diddy.
I hope not.
I mean, aren't we kind of traumatized?
I'm not gonna give up another 30 days of my life over.
Well, they may make it longer this next time.
I'm not gonna give up that time that I can never get back over that person.
And it was disgusting.
We know he's scum. It was disgusting, the things he did. And it's disgusting for him or anybody else to think those things that he did was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't okay. None of it was okay.
No, it's not okay.
No, it's not okay. And he's not above the law. And if, the judge may throw the book at him, he may get 20 years out of this. He may do a 20 spot. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens to him. Whatever time he's done. Has he even done a year? Someone said 2 years. Yeah, see? He hasn't even done a year yet. So if he got 20 years, he's still got 19 to go.
Yeah, but with good behavior and time served with good behavior, he would.
You think he's going to be in good behavior?
They say he's been the model.
No, he has not. He's stolen people's phone PIN numbers and used their phones and done all kinds of things. He thinks he's above the law.
Apparently, I think that's okay.
In the real big house, he'll do all kinds of even worse things.
And you know what? I don't believe he stole them. I bet you he paid people for them.
Yeah, here, give me. You know what? I'll get some money on your commissary. And just give me your PIN number.
Exactly.
Come on. It's disgusting. Yep. There's a lot of that going on out there. A lot of crazy, nasty stuff.
Money talks.
If you're a billionaire, you can do whatever you want to, and that's not right. That should be not even a part of it either. Just like color shouldn't be a part of it, money shouldn't be a part of it either. You do the crime, you do the time. Plain and simple. That's it.
It shouldn't matter how famous you are or how rich you are. If you do the slimy crimes that he did, you should be in jail for a long time.
Right. You do the time, you do the crime, you do the time. I don't care who you are.
Right.
They sure wouldn't cut me a break because I don't have enough of this, right? I don't have enough of this. And I am the color that I am, right? So that's not going to count. I can't scream prejudiced. So, I mean, there it is. There it is.
Look at, I mean, this is how crazy our justice system is, you guys. Look at all those people that got put in jail for drugs, and they're doing years and decades
Right.
for having drugs, even if it was personal use size.
Right. Right.
And
There's
they're still in jail 20 years later. And
Yes.
this slimy son of a gun is going to walk away doing horrible things to women.
Uh-huh. And even the judge said the reason he wouldn't give him bail was because he was violent, and he told Diddy's attorneys, you even said he was violent. You even said he was violent. That came from your mouth. So no, I'm not giving him bail.
Right.
Well, you should give him a lot of time so that when he gets out, he's too old to want to do any or be able to do anything. No.
Well, apparently he was already having trouble using Viagra and Cialis. So by the time he gets out, it's going to be dead as a doornail. It'll just be the little mini Tootsie Roll.
The Viagra King.
around.
Viagra King. The Viagra King. Oh my God, that's something. That is so funny. That is so funny. Craziness. Absolute insanity.
Right.
Well, guys, it's that time. I hate for to say that, but it's that time. So, tomorrow we'll come up with some good things. You can find some interesting stuff we'll talk about for tomorrow. We're kind of waiting and passing our time. There's some stuff coming up at the end of the month, and we're just right here, with sentencing and different things going on that we'll be able to cover. But maybe I can do some more. I want to do some more diving into this Soto case because the mom doesn't seem right. Something doesn't seem right there, and I'm can't put my finger on it. But yeah, but I will. I will put my finger on it and figure out exactly what's going on with Miss Jennifer and why she didn't protect her child.
Right.
Anyway, I love you all. It's been a great Monday. What a beautiful day and hot, and I'm so glad to feel blessed to be in it.
Yes, me too.
All right,
You guys have a great night, afternoon, morning, evening.
Click like on your way out the door. If you're not subscribed, subscribe.
I'd love to have you.
Yep, and we will see y'all tomorrow. Good night.
From shady news to crime so rough, you already know we just can't make this stuff.